This is a video on how to flush and change filters on a PW2M water unit. PW2M comes in black and or white, so if we're going to do one on a black one right now, so you go out in the field and there's one that's a white one, they're identical. What you're going to need are a bucket, I don't know, 5 feet of tubing, and then you're going to need the 3 filters, a sediment, a carbon black, and a lead cis. Okay, so what you do is when you come up to the unit, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to the back and you're going to unplug the unit. Okay, then you're going to come to this side over here and you're going to need to shut the water off going to the machine. So we have a shut off right here, so we are going to shut that water off. That's the on. We're going to shut it off like that, and that's the off position. And then what we're going to do, some machines might have a shut off like this in the front of the machine. If not, you'll have to shut it off at the source. There's a shut off right here on the front of this one. Okay. Once it's unplugged and the water is off, what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to remove the ice maker coffee port plug. This is a plug, and there's a little clip right behind it. I like to use a little bottle opener here. This retaining ring needs to be held in while you pull this out. So I just hold it in and you just pull it out like that. So this ring needs to be held in while you'll pull the plug out. Okay? Then what you do is you take your line and you plug your line in and make sure it's in there good. Okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to, now that the water's off, you're going to unscrew your old filters. They're going to have water in them. So what you can do is you can take these new filters and lay them down like that. You can put these in upside down, dump them in like this. Unscrew the filters. Okay? You take your new filters and you put them in. It's easier to put the lead cis in first in the back here before you put the front two, just because of the room. And you just screw it in, and just screw it in until it stops. You don't, after it stops, don't crank it anymore. So it's really easy. It stops right there and it's done. Also, make sure these metal edges right here, they're really sharp. You can cut your fingers, so just be careful of that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to screw the sediment in, and then we're going to screw the carbon in. Just like that. Okay? These filters here, you're going to want to take these out and you can pitch them in the garbage can. And then you got your tubing. Make sure the machine is still unplugged and you have everything set. And then what you're going to do is you're going to turn the water on and then you're going to wait a couple minutes, and what's going to happen is the water is going to flow through the filters and then it's going to come out into the bucket. And you'll notice that the water is kind of black at first, and that's the carbon and the stuff inside the filters that you need to flush out. So that's why we need to flush filters. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to let this run for a little bit. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to flush it so that the bucket is filled about halfway. So you want to do half of a 5-gallon bucket, so 2 to 3 gallons. Alright, once you got that, then what you're going to want to do is shut the water off again. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect it from here. And again, hold this retaining ring in and just pull it out. Very simple. You take your plug, put your plug back in, just like that. And then what we're going to do is, then what you need to do is turn the water on. And then you need to plug the machine back in. Okay? Then that's pretty much it. So the only thing that you want to do now is once you do that, is just get a cup or something like that and just dispense a couple cups of water out. So this way that the float will go down, the trigger on the switch to fill up and just check for leaks. Once that's all done, you're all set.